Hello.
Where does yesterday's future, which is already here, meet today's future, which is about to happen, and tomorrow's future, which could be just minutes away? Welcome to Technology Revolution, the future of now, where host Bonnie D. Graham asks savvy futurists for their predictions about the tech-driven trends that are shaping our future right now. Here's your host, who will take us into the future of now, Bonnie D. Graham.
Thank you very much for that wonderful intro. I am so happy to be here. We have a timely topic. Well, I hope every week is a timely topic, but I've invited back a very special panel of 3 experts on a topic that is, well, it's keeping a lot of executives awake. It's keeping a lot of private citizens awake, too, all over the world, because we never know when it's going to happen. No, it's not the baguette competition in Paris that happened last week. We all know how that turned out. But it's cybersecurity. And I want to say something special to my panelists before I do your introduction, because these are 3 gentlemen who are so happy to be on the show and so committed to spreading the word about my show and about this topic, that they have marketed and promoted it for about a week. And I'm getting a lot of attention. People are asking to follow me and looking at who I am. So I want to say thank you in advance to the 3 of you. It means a lot to have you participating in getting the word out about the show. So before I get all mushy with you, let me go ahead and start the opening here. And here we have 3 very interesting gentlemen. Welcome to Technology Revolution, the future of now. The future of cybersecurity and AI, acting out, part 2, and we'll tell you how. Bonnie D on her Scarlett Mic is leading the way with Wave When I Call Your Name, Commander Aditya Varma. There he is. Gaurav Ranade, I said it, and Sunil Verma are here today. Will AI stand guard, vigilant and wise, stopping breaches before they can arise? Can intelligent systems detect, defend, and foresee, outpacing bad actors in a world that's not breach-free? Will protection evolve from reactive to core, building adaptive shields at cybersecurity's door? Tune in, lean in, as innovation takes the floor. The future of now today has got great predictions in store. No pressure, guys, but we're looking for great predictions. So let's see what you got. So I'm going to introduce each of you separately in Commander. Here you are. So a commander for years in the Navy's command, Aditya Varma honed discipline, steady and planned. 2 decades at sea, where ICT led the fight, blending speed and resilience, precision with might. From CISO to strategist, his mission stands clear: build AI-driven defense for what nations and companies hold dear. Modernized SOCs and zero-trust design, securing multi-domain ops on the very front line. With a master's in telecom and MBA beside, Aditya mentors rising talent with his own seasoned pride. On horseback or on the fairway, that's golf, his focus stays true. From sea lanes to C-suite, his commitment shines through. How'd I do?
Awesome, Bonnie, as always.
Awesome.
It's a wonder, actually. I mean, how you rejig the words, and they always sound so fresh. The same story, but sounds so new. Thank
You're
you so
very
much.
sweet. Thank you. And Gaurav, you're next. From Pentecost's roots, where science spoke his name. Gaurav. Young Gaurav explored networks with a passion to tame. At 7, his father's work sparked the flame, and circuits and code became more than a game. Teacher, medic, salesman, lessons all real. Early roles forged grit, resilience, and zeal. With his BE, BSc, MCA degrees in array, a cybersecurity PhD now lights his way. As CTO at RAH and Napoleon's helm, he safeguards digital futures across the realm. A global speaker and traveler spanning from sea to land, Gaurav builds resilient ecosystems with a visionary hand. How'd I do?
Thank you so much, Bonnie. It's always been a pleasure to have, as Aditya mentioned, that different versions of the same experience. We had it in last so many years, since childhood. You synonym all these things, like the 2 words I took at this time resilience, and zeal. I'll take it for the next, till the podcast next, we have it, and we'll meet again. Thank you.
You're very sweet. You're welcome. And Sunil, I need a smile. Can we smile, Sunil? There he is. Oh, I love it. Okay, from New Delhi streets where ambition took flight, Sunil chased knowledge with passion and might. A master's from Liverpool broadened his view, blending enterprise tech with strategies new. From coding beginnings, his journey ascended to AI solutions where risks were defended. Founder of Scale and Ratios, he leads with a clear aim, building ontology platforms that elevate the game. Across defense, healthcare, banking, insurance's domain, AI drives compliance with measurable gain. An auditor, a leader, with a sharp golf swing and a chef's flair, Sunil fuses tech and passion beyond compare. How'd I do, Sunil?
Very nice, very nice. Thank you so much,
You're
Bonnie,
welcome.
for such a wonderful
You're welcome.
side of
I appreciate that. Let me finish now. With our
yeah.
visionary panel, the future shines bright as AI reshapes the cybersecurity fight. And it is a fight. From threat to detection, from signal to sway, holding the determined bad actors at bay. So lean in and listen. Insights on display. Hear what our savvy futurists are predicting today. So I'm glad you all enjoyed the opening, and let me go around the table briefly and let's just find out, is there anything new since we met last a couple months ago that you would like to add to what I already had about you? Commander, anything new going on in your world you'd like to share with us? You want to unmute? Go ahead. Give me a couple minutes.
Bonnie, I would say, whatever we have spoken about, right? I mean, I have been on your show on more than once now. And what is really actually amazing is that what we have spoken about seems to be actually happening on ground now, right? So it's you predict something, we've done some really, I would say informed crystal gazing, and I would say the from a thought to actually seeing something into the production environment actually is really becoming a reality. And that I would say that entire cycle of visualizing something and actually seeing it on ground is really shortening. So we talk about something and we actually see it happening now, and all thanks to AI, I would say.
I like the way you said informed crystal gazing. You have a way with words, Commander. I always take something away from you with me from speaking with you on these shows. There's always an observation you make that is so astute and sharp. So thank you, informed crystal
Thank-
gazing. I like that. I have to use that for the end of year crystal ball predictions show. I'm going to say we're doing informed crystal gazing as per the Commander. There you go. There's an advertisement for you. Thank you, Gaurav. Let's go around the table to you. Anything new going on? How's that PhD coming? And just bring us up to date, please.
Yeah, thanks, Mani. I think it's more than a once that we have been on your show. As Aditya mentioned, that it's like as the days are growing it like anything. Every single day, whatsoever the prediction, what we are making today, you never know that tomorrow morning somebody else is already preparing it, already have developed something, and patent has already filed for that. I think that the world is rolling it quite fastly. I think it's rather than a crystal ball kind of a prediction. I'll take it as the clear water sprinkling on that moon, that you never know that what's coming up in the very next second or upcoming moment in the world of AI, physics, and anatomy of the technology, whatsoever is going in our timeline. We are quite fortunate that we are living in this era where the technology is moving so fast that even while we are predicting, we are in that fear that might be it's more like as outdated for somewhere other part of the world itself. It's a quite fascinating moments for all of us. Whatever we discussed in the past, it's already happening. We are a part of it. And as you mentioned about the doctorate thesis, that the research are going on, that I'm just evaluating multiple journal articles all across the world and looking at those particular researchers, interacting them, discussions are going on. And I'm very hopeful for the next 5 or 10 years that technology is going to revolutionize this entire human era that the rest of the world is going to witness for the next 70, 80 years.
That's quite a prediction ahead of time, but what you said was anatomy of technology. I'm going to steal that phrase. I
Yep.
like that a lot. I like that a lot. Thank you very much. I'm just gleaning little bits and pieces from all of you. Let's go. Sunil, welcome back. Happy to have you. And would you please bring us up to date? What you've been up to? Go.
Yeah, thank you, Bonnie. And like my fellow participant, Aditya and Gaurav just said that AI is, changing the lightning speed and all those aspects. So in scale and ratios, we always believe that, the AI and AI related all aspects will be driven from data, and data is the master key of everything. And if data is correct and data is clean and data is useful and data is uh, you know ready to be consumed for such applications, then future will be something else. So from the scale and ratios perspective and our own visions perspective, we are now more focused for next a decade to the AI and data platforms, cyber defense, digital twins, and autonomous system. And we are particularly focusing on space and satellite technologies. So maybe next few years will be from India side. We would be, participating in some leading research and large scale solution, part of that, ecosystem, along with, Gaurav and Aditya.
Thank you. I like the large scale solutions, and I like where you said data is clean and useful. We've been talking about data lakes and data swamps and data rivers for years and years and years. And what does it look like? How clean is it? Is it useful? Is it usable? Is it accessible? What are we going to do with it? Is it real? Is it real time? All kinds of things. So we're trying to figure out predictive analytics. Well, we're just predicting today. So we might have some analytics come into the topic. So let's go. Thank you, gentlemen. Appreciate the update. And I'm just so delighted to have you back. Let's go to the opening quotes. I asked you each again for a movie or TV fictional character quote or a song lyric. And let's see what we've got. And you're going to relate it briefly to our topic so that we can finish this round and get to the predictions. So, Commander has quoted Bruce Wayne, also known as Batman. Do 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 do. I try not to sing on the show; it tends to ruin it, but I'm trying anyway. Okay, played by Christian Bale. Batman Begins, the 2005 superhero film based, of course, on the DC Comics character Batman. It's directed by the amazing Christopher Nolan, who co-wrote the screenplay with somebody named David S. Goyer. Batman, if anybody doesn't know, is a superhero, appears in comic books, created by writer Bill Finger and artist Bob Kane. Batman debuted in the comic book, I don't know if you knew this, Commander, Detective Comics issue number 27 on March 30th, 1939. Did you know he went that far back? I didn't know that. The film reboots the Batman film series, telling the original story, the origin story. I could have written a poem about that, of Bruce Wayne from the death of his parents to his journey to become Batman and to fight to stop, played by Liam Neeson, Ra's al Ghul and the Scarecrow from plunging Gotham City into chaos. And here is the line the commander has picked. It's not who I am underneath, but what I do that defines me. What I do that defines me. How does that work with our topic today, Commander?
So, Bonnie, I have always enjoyed superhero, comics, movies. DC is all-time favorite, and Batman is very different from other superheroes because actually under the skin, he's a normal human like us, right? And I would say he's leveraging some very good tools, some very good tech, and that's what is possible. What we are also doing in today's age of cybersecurity and AI, because in cybersecurity and AI, that's everything. Strategy is important. So strategy is important, but execution under pressure defines whether the systems will survive, especially in the rapidly evolving time today with the advent of generative AI and agentic AI ops. So it's not who I am underneath, but what I do that defines me.
Appreciate that very much. I think that's a life lesson for all of us, isn't it? What we do. Yep. Okay, thank you very much, Gaurav. We're going to go to your quote, and you're quoting Gandalf, the Astari wizard and mentor to Frodo, played by Ian McKellen. Of course, the movie is The Lord of the Rings, The Fellowship of the Ring, 2001 epic high fantasy adventure film. It's the first installment in the Lord of the Rings trilogy. Amazing cast. It's directed by Peter Jackson, based on, of course, J.R.R. Tolkien's 1954. Boy, are we going back in time. 54, The Fellowship of the Ring, the first volume of the novel, The Lord of the Rings. And here is the quote you have selected. All we have to decide is what to do with the time that is given to us. Another major quote. Go ahead. How'd you pick this, and what does it have to do with our topic? Go.
Okay, so first of all, I selected something from the Western side, which you can correlate and can easily understand that. Like as in the past, in the first prediction set where we had that the first podcast, I took it like as a one Bollywood song. So I thought that this time should be a different one than to make it more understandable in that way. Nevertheless, this one is in the very first initial couple of minutes ask about that what's happening over there. So I figured it out that this is all what we have to decide is what to do with the time which is given it to us. That the future generations are definitely going to ask us that when this entire transitioning was happening in the technology format, that what we were doing, what was our role, and how we contributed to make this particular world in a safer world at that point in time. That is correlated to me. It's more like us that every single day, moment, every single second of the day itself, that keeps in my mind that what we are doing it right now is going to impact for the next 20, 30 years for the future generations. Now, the future generations at that point in time have to call us back and then to understand that at that point in time, whatever the world was happening on the technology front, that why you didn't do all these, like Sunil said about the data, like Aditya said about the AI, that every single technology or the transformation has its pros and cons, the advantages and disadvantages, how we have to make it much more secure should be for the human lives to live in a better world for the future generations. This is what we are working on, and this is where this whole world has to look in from the technology front. That's why this quote is apt as of now for this generation.
I have one word to say to you. Wow. That
Thank
was
you.
that was beautiful. That could be a monologue standing on its own, introducing a movie or a book or something, the way you said it, but focusing on humanity. And what I took away, most importantly, at the top, I took away when you said future generations will look back at us and say, why didn't you do this or that?
Yeah.
I hadn't thought about that. Imagine us looking back and saying, when they invented the wheel, why did they put that number of spokes in it? Tell me now.
Yeah.
I don't know. Just thinking about where, Commander, I need a smile. That was a joke. Okay, there we go. I'm sorry. Nothing like a comedian who has to ask for laughs. Okay. No, I appreciate what you said. Very, very well put. Thank you very much. And let's bail me out here. Sunil, we're looking at your quote. The three of you sent quotes that on the same theme. I like that a lot. So you picked a quote from Morpheus, played by the wonderful actor Lawrence Fishburne, The Matrix. Do we get any higher up on the food chain than all of the movies you're all quoting? 1999 sci-fi action film written and directed by the Wachowskis, first installment in the Matrix film series. Keanu Reeves, Lawrence Fishburne, Carrie-Anne Moss, Hugo Weaving, Joan Pantoliano. Joe Pantoliano. Let's see. The film depicts a dystopian future in which humanity is unknowingly trapped inside the Matrix, a simulated reality created by intelligent machines. That's what we're talking about. The plot follows the computer hacker Neo, recruited by Morpheus into a rebellion against the machines. And here is the quote you have picked. What is real? How do you define real? Okay, tell me what. Sunil?
Thanks, Bonnie. Thanks. Yeah. So, Bonnie, this particular quote, I really find this very fascinating in terms of when you talk about the cyber defense and data-driven application, AI, and everything. So, what is real and how do we define real is something which we all need to understand first, and we all need to make sure that when people ask these questions after 10 years or 5 years, what is real and what is synthetic in the system, and people should answer that very clearly. But with AI, no one should be, ambiguous about the fact that they will assume things and build things, right? So, what is real, how to define real, and how to understand real is something which, if we create this layer right now when we are in the middle of building something very scalable, big, and maybe after some time it learn with it auto learn in such a way that the more and more people start using it, they will learn and they will create inferences. So uh, last during the last session, I think last year, we I told you that we are uh, building something very fascinating on how people will understand the data and how different organization and people in organization perceive the data and how they will do the experimentation. Now we did all that, and then we realized that we need to take a step back, and we just not need to create a lot of data lakes and data warehouses and data lake houses, but we need to take a step back and think through it, that why we are creating it. It's the necessary of every systems to create a data lake or stuff like that, or it's just that the end object, how we are going to perceive and the end objective and meet within the time frame, which is again empower the aspect of AI and scalability and so on and so forth. So we need to take a step back and then think about the taxonomy, the ontology, and the decision graphs and decision knowledge. And then we build this with the domain knowledge. Then we will use the AI to interpret and connecting with the language processing, and so it can be used with some kind of fencing. And later on, when you see that what is this decision is real, then you can simply said that basis this rule, basis this taxonomy, basis this ideation of, and basis this domain knowledge, these are the 10 aspects which is driven from the AI, and these are the 10 fencing and rule aspect which is generated by the humans, because they already have a lot of domain knowledge in it. So end of the day, if you describe the output of any AI or any application and make it explainable, make it uh, make it in such a way that if it is not wrong of the recommendation is required some intervention, reinforcement, then people can understand the fact and then they can do the corrective action. It's not that uh, just creating a recommendation, close your eyes and everything will be done automatically. So with AI especially, we need to build system in such a way that after 10 years, people start using this with more and more explainability and fairness, not just somebody created. So all the decisions will be right, right?
Thank you. Very, very good insights. I appreciate that. And I want to thank the three of you for excellent film quotes. Very much appreciated. I know every time you come on, I make you get a new quote. And it's like, what kind of movies do I want to see now? Okay, tell me about it. Some people use songs, some people use TV shows. Ted Lasso gets quoted a lot. And the one that would have applied today is from A Few Good Men. You can't handle the truth. How about that? Right? Right. Yes, that's one that pops up from time to time. I appreciate the three of you picking such iconic quotes from classic movies. So let's go to our predictions round. Let's see how much we can cover today. Commander, I am going to your prediction number 1. I'm going to read it. You don't have to find it. Why don't you take about 2 to 3 minutes to unpack it, and then I will ask the 2 other panelists to briefly comment, and you don't have to agree with the commander. You can say, I have a different point of view, and he will forgive you because this is a very happy show. Okay, so here we go. All right, your first prediction is AI versus AI warfare. This is something new. I haven't seen this or heard this before. So let me read what you said. You said in the next few years, cyber conflict won't be human versus hacker. It will be AI versus AI. Attackers will deploy autonomous AI agents that probe and adapt in real time. Defenders will respond with counter AI that predicts intent, not just activity. I'm going to stop there and let you finish telling us. But this is very interesting. Go ahead, Commander.
Right, Bonnie. So, I think well, we never get political on your show, but I think we all are aware, what's happening outside right now, right? And we are aware of the fact that companies which have evolved with these models now have actually taken these models into warfare. And uh, traditionally, historically, warfare is all about who between between two teams who are trying to figure out, I mean, who's right, can speed up their OODA loop, what I refer to as observe, orient, decide, and act. So it's a decision cycle, right? So whoever can act first, whoever can be more decisive is generally the victor. So AI has come in, and yes, while we talk about AI, the good AI, the AI with guardrails, but the larger challenge right now is the AI without the guardrails. And the larger dilemma right now is when you go AI versus AI, so AI versus the AI warfare. Uh, do you need good AI in warfare, or do you need to drop some guardrails away from this AI? Because see, AI in warfare would be really needed, would be required to take certain decisions which are actually very tough decisions. And do you want to increase your OODA loop or your information decision action loop by maybe giving too many guardrails? See, that is the larger question here. So uh, the cyber conflict is not human versus hacker. It is AI versus AI. Yes, and yes, attackers are deploying AI agents now. Uh, Maybe right now we are talking about human in the loop, right? Then there is another thought of human on the loop, and of course the ultimate will be the human out of the loop, right? In the loop, human has control. On the loop, he's there, he's following it, he's observing it, he's got a kill switch, right? Out of the loop is it's totally autonomous. Of course, something I think we've got miles and miles to go ahead before something like that can be thought of. But yes, defenders will respond with the counter AI that predicts, not just activity. Because if you have AI working, it's a game of AI. If you have to defeat AI, you need AI. So it's AI versus AI, right? And that's why the concept of red teaming today for AI has changed. You actually to red team, if you have to penetrate a AI platform or a AI code, you actually need the expertise of AI to do that. And so the real budget, the real advantage won't be budget. It will be the learning speed, because you have to you have to observe, you have to orient, you have to decide, you have to act. So whomsoever's AI adapts faster, right? That I would say team would be the winner. And this is just the tip of the iceberg.
Mm-hmm.
The most of it is yet to come.
Thank you. Very, very powerful. AI versus AI. Speed of learning. Isn't that interesting how fast? And I will tell you, when I asked I call her Sylvie, right? My AI is Sylvie. And we speak in French most of the time. So I told her today we're going to refresh the intros for my three guests, but I have to tell her en anglais, in English, because she'll do it in French and then I can't read it to you. But the speed of response is about 6 seconds. And I am marveling at the understanding that I'm going to call her she, don't be mad at me, the understanding she has of language, of cadence, of intention, of compelling language, of forming thoughts is amazing. I marvel at it. So let's go around the table, the serious things that the commander was talking about. Gaurav, do you have any comments? Just a minute or two, and then Sunil, Gaurav, go.
So fortunately, I have to agree with Aditya. It's a AI versus AI. And let's summarize into a very simple language that recent conflict, whatever is happening in Middle East region, that one missile is guided by AI, the other missile, which is taking care for the another country, is just restricting that the guided missile, and who's going to be impacted, that the scrap is coming on to the humans. So the impact is there, the humans. So two different missiles guided by AI, and then finally humans had to be suffer on that part. So I think in a different perspective, in a different use case, that there's different scenarios. We take it into a cyber, but finally it comes out to the humans who will be suffer from there. It's absolutely the prediction. I think it's already there, but as Aditya mentioned, it's going to be in a very bigger scale. Even I believe that this entire human is totally that AI versus AI, how it has to be tackled it down. No one knows so far.
So far, thank you, Sunil. Join us. Thoughts briefly.
Yes, yes. So I also agree with Aditya, and my perspective is very simple. AI versus AI after 10 years, why not, manage and cater the situation right now, today, in today's scenario? Because if we, perceive this kind of thing after 10 years that AI will, fighting with AI, why not just creating the AI more sovereign, more, you know, thought oriented, and more in such a way that uh, initially, during any war, one of the biggest threat is the misinformation, around the citizens, right? Right. So we just need to create such systems in our, especially nation-centric AI, that the misinformation should be identified and corrected before it's spread and do the damages, because the scariness of the AI, the scariness of the situation sometimes make humans do unwanted things, right? So if people have, right mindset and right information at hand, they can also support nation in such a way. But with misinformation, I think, like you see in the current geopolitical scenario, everyone is saying that they have done this and that. But AI will be the answer for AI in
Thank
future,
you.
right? Like Aditya mentioned.
Thank you. Commander, thank you for a good provocative prediction around the table. Anything you want to say back to your colleagues before I move on? Anything?
Well, like I said, the way it's about, everyone's it's like a measure against a countermeasure, then again a countermeasure and a countermeasure. So it's interesting to see, because what actually comes out from the discussion when we say AI versus AI warfare is, uh, you need a very robust underlay or a framework, right? When you want AI to be available, especially in a scenario like a warfare, because we talk in terms of what we call as SLA, so a Penta 9 SLA. So the AI that you are using, you want its availability to be at 99.999%. So it's I think the focus, while people there is a lot which is being promised, but I always, the question which needs to be answered is, will it be available when it is required? Will it be available when it is required, where it is required, and by whom it is required? So I think the larger work which has to be done is, what is the infrastructure which will be able to deliver, what we are talking about.
Thank you. When will it be required and by whom? Who's making that decision? Who's pushing the button? We're not going to go there, but we know what we're all thinking. Okay, let's go to Gaurav prediction number 2. This is interesting. I will read it. AI models grounded in physics and simulation, meaning digital twins, probabilistic modeling, will improve reliability, reduce unpredictability, and enable predictive cyber defense across critical infrastructure. Can you make that into English for me, please, so I can understand all those terms? Go ahead, take a couple minutes, unpack it, and then we'll see what Sunil and the commander have to say. Go ahead, Gaurav.
Okay, thank you so much, Bani. I think this is what I believe, that this prediction is going to be worked out in coming years. So far, the analogies, the technologies are taken from every single mode of us, different sciences, and the innovation has taken into different algorithms as well. But I believe that just like as the quantum is a one of where the photon has been innovated, and it has totally changed the different world for the communication with the supercomputing, and way how it has to secure the two different channels on two different source and the destination. The similar way that the physics is going to play a very vital role while defining the different level of a next generation AI beyond cybersecurity and scalability on the cyber resilience perspective. I believe that the potential is quite huge. That so far we have not taken even 0.001%. Even many of the researchers, many of the journals have said this, that once the physics or that it's science enabled technologies are going to be enabled, which way this AI is going to work, which way this entire the scalability of the cyber security perspective is going to be activated as it's expanding quite a lot. You look at that every single day we are getting in our every single components, the OTs, the IoTs, the IIoTs, the UAVs, the drones, the different warfare mechanisms that is required, that the cybersecurity infrastructures, and as Aditya mentioned, the last line, that how much of an infrastructure is required to build up that the AI versus AI warfare, that you never know that which way it's going to be work out. So to reduce the unpredictability and to enable the predictable cyber defense warfare systems while developing the AI with the physics or with the science collaboration altogether, that's going to be a quite challenging for all of us. That's a prediction what I'm looking as of now. But this is a prediction. This is a fear. This is where we have to work all together, and this is what I think we all have to look for a solution as well.
Thank you. I hear some hopefulness in there, somewhere under the question marks, which are very, very large on this. Commander, you want to go for this one, and then we'll get Sunil? What do you think?
Yeah, sure, Bonnie. So I think see somewhere what Gaurav prediction talks about is, see, things should be explainable, right? So when you expect AI to do something for you, so I think that is the larger debate right now. We want explainable AI, right? We don't want a black box. And so when I think when he uses the word physics, see physics, we say it's not physics, but everything is explainable, right? Physics, it's science, how things work, it's laws of physics, right? And somewhere it translates down somewhere even to AI, right? If you actually do the breakdown, it's, I would say, a lot of complex physics which is going on over there. And we need to make sure things are explainable. And I think that is how we can ensure that AI will be not be unpredictable. And, because as a human, we want AI which can be as close to being human, being a superhuman, but at the same time, being predictable.
Yeah.
Okay, I have comments, but I'm going to wait for Sunil to do his. Sunil, please join us.
Yeah, so like Gaurav, Gaurav mentioned that, uh, from my side, physics or science will be the foundation of technology. So all whatever we do, whatever we envisage in terms of technology or science, they both need to work hand in hand. So for me, physics and all those things will already been accomplished in the evolution of technology. And without physics and without the science, you can't create you can't foresee when you used floppy during the 19s and CDs and bigger drives and then smaller drives and now people are going towards where the data transfer and the data security and compression of data will be create such a phenomenal change in our day-to-day lives when we wear those gadgets which compute and uh, churn huge amount of data, and people don't realize it because there should be some signed element factor and then technology and so on and so forth. So I agree with Gaurav.
Thank you. I
Yeah.
don't think any of you remember the days when data was stored on a disk pack that looked like a
Yes,
cake carrier. I was a programmer analyst coding in COBOL on a Xerox Sigma 6 CP5
yes.
mainframe, key punching my code 2,000 cards at a time, carrying them in a box and bringing them to the computer operator, and he would put the JCL job control language. I also have a degree in operations. I had to stand on a step stool and hold the disk pack, which had a handle like a cake
Yes,
carrier,
yes.
and put it into the drive. And then we pushed a button and the drive closed, and then the operator would start the drive and it would read the data. So
Wow.
talk about the old-fashioned ways. But I want to talk about predictability for a second, if I may, Gaurav, before we go back to you. Predictability is something that we are living with way beyond cybersecurity at a much lower everyday level. I told you when we started today, Zoom has changed the GUI, the graphical user interface. I could not find the chat to talk to my other engineer, Jordan. It took me several minutes. They put everything in little boxes at the bottom under the word ... more. I've been using this platform for about 5 years. I cannot find things. I was not notified. Talk about unpredictability every day. Microsoft updated Outlook. I
Yeah.
don't do that anymore. You want to know why? They took me back to an old membership from 5 years ago that I no longer have. They wiped out my email. They wiped out my calendar. It took me 24 hours to get everything. Now, you want to talk about unpredictability of AI. We're talking about predictability of just the technology. Who said anatomy of technology? Was that you, Gaurav?
Yeah.
We're talking about living in a world where people say, oh, I think we'll design everything differently. We'll change the interface. We'll make it look slicker. They don't give us any warning. Is that a basic? I'm ranting here, gentlemen. Just give me a second here. It's my show. I have the minute. But anyway, my point is that imagine if AI is changing at the rate at which people are changing things we use every day. Think about
Yeah.
how to fix the ice maker in your refrigerator and how to get an oil filter. I had a company here in Tennessee refuse to change the oil filter in my car because they said it was too complicated for their equipment. A national chain. We don't do that model anymore. I had to go find somebody else. I'd already bought the filter. So unpredictability, that's our world right now. But I'm amazed. Gaurav, you want to rescue me here? I'm going off on a limb. I'm going to fall off the boat any second now. The commander will have to try and rescue me.
No,
Luckily, it's not a big ship. Talk about the unpredictability, just a little more about AI, about what we're talking about in terms of cybersecurity without going into a war conversation. Give me a little more.
yeah, it's a more from as I mentioned that the physics enabled AI will or physics informed AI will make this more cyber resilience. This is what I just meant it for that as much as the physics will involved into the AI components or the different LLMs in that part. So predictability is that definitely this technology is going to evolve in a day, minute, hours, but how it has to be rescued from going into the wrong hands, like bad actors earlier mentioned by Aditya.
Yeah.
That I think that it's our responsibility, shared responsibility with respect to our different roles altogether. What we are doing it, what we have to do all together. I think every single individual has to play their vital role, important role that to contribute while making it as much as secure it would be. We are the researchers. We are looking for certain
Mhm.
solutions of how this AI has to be secure enough that not to be developed with every single time with the guardrails in a one single country to another one, but whatever has been as a guardrail in a one single country has been available in the other country, and in a global market, global scope scenario, anyone can use it from any other part of the
Yep.
world, and then to by using the VPN connections, right?
Yep.
That's what I said, that it's a transitioning phase, that we are facing those particular challenges day by day. And these particular algorithms or the LLMs which has been generated, that's also been generated by the AI itself, either the
Hmm.
GPTs or by the different deep seeks or the groks
Yep.
itself. That's what I said, that the much more informed physics based anatomy of those AIs, that will make some more guardrails for the next level of a generation AI. And believe me that what I have learned in last few months while doing those particular thesis and research papers. Now people are looking beyond AI, beyond cybersecurity structure. That's totally coming out of your mind and then blown it out of that. What's the predictions are going to be worked out on that way. Sunil is working in satellite and communications already. He said that you never know that the internet connectivity was working by the Starlinks, and then that it has to come from the satellite itself to the households or the broadband connectivity.
Yep.
How to provide the cybersecurity or the AI which will be taking care of that tomorrow, directly penetrating into your houses by into your drawing rooms and the bedrooms itself. So it's beyond your imagination. The predictability is getting to be unpredictable very soon.
And the French have a phrase, sur le qui vive. Be alert, be on your toes, stay alive, keep your eyes open. Right, Commander? Right. Absolutely. That's what we're talking. Thank you. This is a good discussion. Sunil, I have saved you for last because you're third on the panel. We have a little bit more time, but I'm going to pick your prediction number 3. Zero trust. Without getting political, zero trust will expand from networks to AI decision-making. That's where I want to go. So you say nations will move beyond zero trust architecture for networks and systems to zero trust frameworks for AI behavior and decision-making. Why don't you unpack this for us, and we'll have just a minute or two for everybody to respond before we go. So go ahead, Sunil, you're up.
Yes. Thank you, Bonnie. Thank you. So zero trust, essentially, if you understand simply that, today almost every organization is trying to build a layer of zero trust in their network, in their communication, in their application. But, no system or user is trusted automatically, right? That's the foundation of zero trust. And easy access must be verified, right? So in terms of whether that is a system, that is AI, or that is interaction between systems, or phone call between the two people, the zero trust factor should be there all the time, because otherwise people start misbehaving and creating a lot of chaos in society. How that people sometimes uh, create fake applications and fake account and try to mishandle the technology in such a way that people start interacting with you, getting your sensitive information, and get rid your money and all those aspects. So from the zero trust security standpoint, uh, access must be verified in all the scenarios. And in future, the idea is also very, apply to AI decisions. Government will not blindly trust AI outputs, and instead every AI decision must be like Commander Aditya said and Gaurav said, traceability should be there, explainability should be there, and foremost auditability should be there. And there should be some kind of human override or kill switch kind of thing where things can be reversible. For example, if somebody is cheated by the bad actor, right, and he has lost a few lakhs or few thousand dollars, so there should be a reverse kind of thing where all these things will work together, and that poor gentleman or the person who is basically the victim should get his money back faster than the kind of process we have right now. So zero trust should work across the banking, education, healthcare, and everywhere, not just in some defense centric application or a few applications. Especially the sensitive area must implement zero trust in every decision cycle, like defense, healthcare, financial, and public governance. And the very essence of zero trust should be that it stop data poisoning and it stop decision poisoning also. Right? These two words should be very, very important to understand.
Thank you very much. We're almost out of time. I'm not going to go around the table on that one, but I will tell you that within 3 hours, a couple of days ago, I found out that somebody was hacking into one of my bank accounts. that one of my emails was suspended for bad community behavior for no reason by Google, and that one of my emails was found on the dark web, all on the same day by different organizations. So it does come down, I'll tell you afterwards, the bank account's okay, but they've traced it actually to an IP address, and they've traced it to 5 attempts to get in. I'll tell you later, but it's fine. The bank account had been transferred somewhere else a year ago, so it was safe, but it was very alarming. So zero trust, trustability, my goodness. One of my silly emails is on the dark web. All I'm going to say is have fun with it. I don't know. I have so many. No, it's actually one of my major ones. I want to, in the time we have left, it's about 4 minutes. Thank you, Jordan. I want to get from each of you 60 seconds, Sunil, 60 seconds. I know you can do it. I'm very happy with you. I want you to give me a positive, feel-good prediction about AI and cybersecurity, something positive. We've been talking about a lot of issues today. So, Commander, you're first. Get ready, Gaurav, and get ready, Sunil. 60 seconds each. I'm starting now. Commander, go.
Right. Positive. Well, I'm very optimistic. I'm very bullish on AI. Right. It is the way to go. And see, there are good actors and bad actors, and both will use AI. The difference won't be technology. It will be discipline. It will be governance, and it will be speed of response. In essentially, discipline and governance gets you the guardrails, and of course, speed of response is how quickly can you take in the data and actually give the response. And I guess what we do with AI will define us. That is what it is about. Yeah.
I like that. Okay, Gaurav, you're next. 60 seconds. That's it.
I'll devote 30 seconds for AI and 30 seconds for cybersecurity.
Okay, go.
The good thing is about that the AI has transformed our lives. Our daily lives, daily application, daily uses, every single thing is quite ease of use. Every single tool is there on our fingertips. We can make our pictures, we can make our programs very well. The data is quite valuable that we can figure it out, that the dashboards are there on our palms, that we can do it anything with the help of AI. AI has a great future in a positive and optimistic manner, and I think that the coming days and the years, that it's going to transform our lives in a better way, and this human life is going to utilize it. The second one about the cybersecurity. So far, whatever has been done, it has been done fantastic, and it's going to be done in future as well for the best of the cybersecurity.
Thank you, Sunil. 60 seconds. That's it. Go. We're almost done.
Yes. I think AI will create a pivotal role in healthcare and education. Both the sectors will be flourishing in such a way that people have the flexibility to identify, a lot of diseases before even the diseases, persist in their, healthcare and their daily cycle. So people will identify the identification of early sign of sugar. So they will change their diets, and they moderate their lifestyle, and they are get into sedentary lifestyle, and they will avoid those circumstances which in future they might be get into it, because the AI, the biggest aspect of them, we're collecting so much of data. You can create a lot of healthy and beautiful things where people can be benefited in long run.
We're gonna stop at create beautiful things where people can benefit. Commander Aditya Varma, thank you so much. Wonderful to say. I love the background, by the way. Gaurav, Ranade, always a delight, and thank you for the promotion. Sunil, Verma, always a pleasure to hear how intelligent all the research. We're going to go out with some new music from my new show, and thank you to Jordan Henson, who's getting us on the Voice America Media Business Channel. I've got us on LinkedIn, 2 Facebook pages, and YouTube. Let's go out with some good news music from my new show. I want you to dance with me. See, say what? We had some good news in there, didn't we, Gaurav? Didn't we, Command? Oh, I saw that. Sunil, thank you for the good news.
Good news.
Talk about AI. This song was created in Suno with my text prompts. Pretty cool, huh? I'm a disco girl, by the way. Like you couldn't guess. Come on, dance with me. Gaurav, I want to see those shoulders move. Come on. Sunil, let's move. Hit play. Good news. We talk it out. Let's lift the mood. Good people doing what they do. Feel that smile coming through. Good news. This groove's for you. Wave goodbye.